My name is Celine, and I'm 9 years old. The 9 years, applause, music, old so adorable I might get that too. We all saw Celine Tam win America's Heart on America's Got Talent 7 years ago.
Celine Tam.
Back then, it looked like she was set for a life of roses and applause, but recently, Celine made a shocking revelation. She claimed that Jay-Z and Beyonce invited her, and apparently, she was scared to life when she got that invite. Can you blame her? We all know Beyonce and Jay-Z practically own the music industry, so just hearing their names must have felt like a total shock. So what did they want from Celine? And the biggest question, did she accept their invitation? Celine's secrets revealed, child stars often become the center of attention, and Celine Tam was no exception. Her journey into the limelight began when she wowed the audience on America's Got Talent, where she was known as the little girl with a big voice.
It wasn't the only shocking revelation.
But let's not pretend that her fame came overnight. It was the result of years of hard work, family support, and, of course, pure talent. Even before that big moment on TV, Celine was already starting to make her name in the music world. When she came from Hong Kong, she had a dream that many young kids have, becoming a famous singer. But unlike most childhood dreams, hers was backed by a solid support system, particularly from her father. He was not just your average dad. With his background in music, he quickly took on the role of her coach and teacher. He taught her everything from vocal techniques to how to handle the pressure of performing. Her father taught her the basics, yes, but he also trained her like a true musician, giving her the skills she needed to understand music deeply.
Talent,
those long hours of practice paid off in a big way, and let's face it, not every 7-year-old can say they have wowed crowds with You Raise Me Up. Yes, Celine did just that. She amazed everyone in a singing competition in China, and that performance launched her professional career. After that, she got to share the stage with Canadian singer Jeffrey Lee. Their performance, a duet, caught people's attention and started a new chapter for Celine. Soon enough, she was on Little Big Shots with Steve Harvey. Both adorable yet confident, everyone who saw Celine here could not stop talking about her voice. By now, she was becoming a famous singer, and people could not help but wonder how far she'd go. All this time, her parents were her rock. They made sure she had everything she needed to keep growing as a singer, from emotional support to practical music training. Her father's Singing You Music Center became a second home for her. This music school was a hub where young musicians could thrive, and Celine was right in the middle of it, soaking up all the knowledge and experience she could. The sense of community there helped shape her into the performer she would become. Let's not forget that young Celine was not just learning to sing, she was also learning stage presence, how to connect with an audience, and all those skills that would come in handy later. Think about it, she was a little girl mastering the art of performance so early on. It's no wonder she was ready to step onto one of the world's biggest stages. By the time she decided to audition for America's Got Talent in 2017, she had already accomplished so much. We are talking about someone who had performed in front of large crowds, won applause for her talent, and built a loyal fan base, all before she hit her teenage years.
Celine was introduced
with all those experiences under her belt, she was prepared. She knew the importance of staying determined, working hard, and believing in herself, all of which were about to be tested. America's Got Talent is the show where dreams are made or shattered. It is a place where hopefuls from all over the world come to prove themselves. With a panel of judges who don't hold back, the stakes were high for her. But Celine was ready to take her shot. So how did she do? The unforgettable performance, for Celine Tam, America's Got Talent was the chance of a lifetime. She was 9 years old at that time, and getting to show the world what she could do, her audition was unforgettable, a true wow moment that stayed with everyone who watched.
Celine showed
even at such a young age, her singing skills were so advanced that it was hard to believe she was only a kid. When she walked onto the stage, she was calm and confident, like she had done this 1,000 times. Her bubbly, cheerful personality won over the judges and the crowd right away. She introduced herself with a big smile and talked about her younger sister, Dion. Celine explained that her parents were huge Celine Dion fans. Clearly, music was a major part of her family. Then came the moment everyone was waiting for. The judges were eager to hear what she had prepared. When Simon asked what song she would be singing, Celine said, "This big dream to be the next Celine Dion."
And
She
rigorous
explained,
training.
"This is my dream."
As Celine's passion
Simon
for
smiled,
singing
and you could
grew,
feel the anticipation in
so
the
did her
air.
father's ambitions
She sang
for
My
her.
Heart Will Go
He
On
took
from
on the role
Titanic.
of her.
As the first notes played, the room went silent. You could hear a pin drop. Then she started singing, and it was like magic. Her voice was unbelievably powerful, hitting each note perfectly. The amount of emotion she put into the performance was incredible. You could see people in the audience getting teary-eyed. It's moments like these that remind you how far talent and practice can take someone. Celine's years of dedication shone brightly on that stage, and it paid off. When she reached the big, soaring notes of the song, the audience couldn't hold back anymore. They burst into applause, cheering loudly.
Technical prowess,
Even Simon,
but also
famous for his tough
emotional
critiques,
maturity.
looked genuinely impressed.
By the time she was 7,
The judges knew
Celine
they had
was already
witnessed something
gaining
extraordinary.
attention for her ability
When she finished,
to
the applause was thunderous. People were standing, clapping, and shouting their praise. The judges had nothing but great things to say. Simon remarked on how incredible her voice was, especially for someone her age. Heidi complimented her confidence and stage presence. Mel B admired her vocal technique and predicted she had a bright future ahead. But the best part? Laverne Cox, the guest judge for that episode, was so touched by Celine's performance that she hit the golden buzzer. Golden confetti fell, and Celine's reaction was pure joy. This meant she was going straight to the live shows, skipping the next
American
round
TV
entirely.
show hosted
Celine
by
became the
Steve
first
Harvey.
Chinese performer to ever
This
receive the golden
opportunity
buzzer
helped
on
her
America's
break
Got
into
Talent.
the international stage.
The performance, the
introducing
energy,
her
the
to
realization of her dreams unfolding, everything about that night left a lasting mark. This incredible encounter became a turning point that pushed her to keep pursuing her passion. Her story inspired countless others, showing that hard work, persistence, and a bit of faith can open doors you never imagined. Young singers around the world looked up to her as a role model, someone who proved that even the wildest dreams could become a reality. But as Celine's fame grew, the challenges of the spotlight started to show. We started to hear some shocking rumors about her dad, shocking accusations against her dad. Rumors about her relationship with her father, Dr. Steve Tam, began to circulate. Fame often brings scrutiny, and in this case, it came in the form of serious and hurtful rumors. It all started with whispers that her parents, especially her father, were using Celine's success for their own benefit. Some accused Dr. Tam of taking advantage of his daughter's talent to promote his music career.
Celine took a leap.
You see,
that would
he had
change
released
her
a
life
music album
forever.
himself, and skeptics
At
jumped
just
on
9
this
years
fact,
old,
suggesting
she
he was
decided
using Celine's
to
fame to
audition
gain more
for
attention
America's
for
Got
his own work. People love a good scandal, and the idea that a father might exploit his child's talent was one they could not resist. But this matter gets complicated. Those making accusations didn't truly understand the bond between Celine and her dad. Dr. Tam had been a central figure in her music journey from the very beginning. He was not just her father, he was her teacher, her coach, and her biggest cheerleader. He spent hours helping her practice, refining her singing skills, and ensuring she was ready to shine. All of this came from a place of love, not ambition. But, of course, that didn't stop the rumor mill.
But for her
Things
entire
got uglier
family,
when accusations went
it
even
was a
further.
chance to showcase her talent.
Some critics claimed
to a
Dr.
global
Tam was
audience,
trying to steal
a
students from
stage
other
that could
music
launch
teachers
her
to build his
into
reputation. They alleged he was using Celine's fame as a way to lure students to his music school, Singing U Music Center. It painted an image of a father who was more interested in personal gain than his daughter's happiness, and that image stuck in people's minds, even if it was not fair. Dr. Tam eventually had enough. At one of his album launch events, he decided to address the rumors head-on. Standing in front of an audience, he firmly denied the accusations. He emphasized that everything he did was out of love for Celine. He apologized to anyone who thought he was being unfair to other music teachers and assured the public that his main focus was always his daughter's well-being.
Her natural
To
charm
prove his
immediately
sincerity,
won over
he even
both
showed
the audience
documentation of
and
his
the
doctoral
judges,
degree,
who were
hoping to put
curious
to
to
rest
see
any
if this
doubts
little
about his
girl
credibility and
could live up
intentions.
to the hype.
Even after his heartfelt defense, not everyone was convinced. Some continued to doubt him, and the harsh words thrown his way affected Celine deeply. Imagine being a young girl who adored her father and seeing him being criticized so publicly. But despite the negativity, Celine and her father remained close and committed to their passion for music. They stayed strong, knowing the truth about their relationship and holding on to what really mattered. Over time, as Celine's dedication and natural talent became more evident, people slowly started to change their tune. Her performances spoke for themselves, and it became clear that her success was rooted in genuine hard work, not manipulation. Eventually, the controversy began to fade, and Celine was able to focus on what she loved most, singing.
Even more poignant.
It was a relief for the family, but the experience left its mark, serving as a reminder of how quick people can be to judge without understanding the full story. In the middle of all this chaos, something wonderful happened. Celine was invited to be on the Ellen DeGeneres show. This was huge. Ellen was known for showcasing talented people, and the invitation was a massive opportunity for Celine to reach an even bigger audience. Traveling from Hong Kong to the United States for the show, her family made the long journey, hopeful and excited for what was to come. Once they arrived, Ellen and her team made sure the family felt welcome. There were nerves, of course. Performing live on one of the biggest talk shows in the world is no small feat, but Celine had her father by her side. His support kept her calm and focused, and she was ready to show everyone what she could do. When it was time for Celine to sing, she gave it her all. Her voice filled the room, and the audience was captivated. The applause was thunderous, and Ellen's praise afterward was heartfelt. It was a moment of triumph, and it felt like a dream come true. But Celine's journey didn't stop with Ellen. After her appearance, she stayed in the United States a bit longer with her family. They used the time to explore, relax, and make the most of their visit, checking out famous landmarks and enjoying a well-deserved break from their usual routine. These experiences became cherished memories, motivating Celine even more.
And to sing.
When they returned home to Hong Kong, Celine's star continued to rise.
Stunned the room.
Her performance on the Ellen DeGeneres show had opened new doors.
Skill and emotion.
More invitations rolled in, and her popularity in Hong Kong grew. In 2008, she entered and won a major karaoke contest called Mozart Music King #1 Battle on TVB, wowing everyone with her renditions of songs like My Heart Will Go On. She proved she was more than a viral sensation, she was a serious contender in the music world. Her father remained by her side through all of this, attending her performances and cheering her on. The critics who once questioned his intention saw firsthand that his commitment was genuine. Celine kept performing, even singing in Japanese and earning top scores. Her passion for music only grew stronger, and her success kept building.
AGT.
One of her biggest triumphs came when she performed at the World's Got Talent competition in China in 2019. Representing Hong Kong, she amazed the judges with an original song and earned a prestigious Golden Buzzer, putting her directly in the top 8. Although she didn't win, the experience was invaluable, giving her international recognition and a new wave of support from fans worldwide. Through all the highs and lows, Celine's journey has been about more than just singing, it has been about family, perseverance, and the strength to overcome obstacles. Even as she took on new roles, like becoming an ambassador for Room to Read, she stayed true to herself and her dreams. Music remained at the heart of her life, and her story continued to inspire countless others to follow their passions, no matter what challenges they faced.
Subject to scrutiny and
now,
judgment
the most shocking part is that she recently addressed the theory surrounding the Beyonce and Jay-Z controversy. We all know that Beyonce and Jay-Z practically sit at the top of the music world, they have an undeniable influence. With that kind of power come some pretty strange rumors. The latest one is that people believe anyone who starts gaining serious fame has to either submit to Beyonce's influence or dedicate everything to her, or else face some really bad consequences. Just think about it. Look at award shows, artists like Adele and Lizzo have dedicated their speeches to Beyonce, they practically worship her on stage. And then there are the more tragic stories, like Aaliyah and Michael Jackson. Conspiracy theorists claim that Beyonce had a hand in their downfalls. They even suggest that she had them killed to maintain her power. Now that Celine Tam is rising in fame, there are rumors that Beyonce and Jay-Z might have contacted her. The theory is that they asked her to submit, give a shout-out, or show her allegiance in some way. If this is true, it must be terrifying for such a young girl. Why the fear? People believe anyone who refuses to play by their rules gets taken out. Even Diddy is rumored to be involved. The idea is that he and Jay-Z team up to eliminate threats to their empire. It's a lot for anyone to handle, let alone a teenage singer. So, what do you think? Would Celine really give a shout-out or dedicate her success to Beyonce just to stay on their good side? If she doesn't, how will Beyonce and Jay-Z respond? Tell us your thoughts in the comments below.
Dispute.
If you want more updates on all the latest drama, make sure to subscribe and hit that notification bell.
In the music
You won't want to
industry.
miss what happens next.